In this video tutorial, we're going to see how to download the Smart Table software or Smart Table Toolkit software if you need to install them or upgrade them. So right now on the screen, we are on the home page of Smart Technologies website. And if you take a look in the URL bar at the top of the screen, you'll see that you can access this page by going to home.smarttech.com. Next, I'm going to click on the menu option Support. And in the drop-down, you'll see an option for downloads and drivers. We're going to click here. The first options at the top under the Downloads page are for your standard Smart software offerings. And although the Smart Table has software, we're actually going to find any downloads related to this under the Smart Hardware option. So once you click on your downloads, you'll want to scroll down until you see hardware available. And right here we see the Smart Table, and we have a blue download button. So we're going to click here. And we have several options. So let's discuss each of these options and when you'd want to use them. First, we see the Smart Table 3.1 software. Now your Smart Table comes with the software installed. But if an upgrade is available for your table, you'll want to make sure that you install that so you get those new features. You have two options for upgrading the software on your Smart Table. If you have your Smart Table connected to your network, you could download the updated Smart Table software directly to the table. If you have to transfer the download from a computer, for example, your table isn't connected to your network, then you would go to this page from a desktop or laptop computer and choose Smart Table 3.1 or whatever the newer version is. And when I click on this, it tells me a little information. Note, only install this software on the Smart Table. For example, this is not the software that I want to put on my computer so that I can create things for the table. This is only downloaded to the table. Tells me what version and when it was released, so that'll help me to know if I have the most updated version. A little more information about what the Smart Table software is, and then a dark green button here to download it. And if I'm unsure, and this is the first time I've been here, they've even got some short installation instructions listed underneath. To install the software, you download the file, save it to your desktop, then you're going to transfer it or copy it from your desktop to a USB drive. It tells you please make sure that you put it in the highest folder. In other words, don't create folders on your USB drive for table and then table software, and put this installation into those folders. You want to make sure that it's just right outside the highest folder on the USB drive. And then you're going to take that USB drive and plug it into your Smart Table. As soon as it plugs into your table, you should receive a pop-up menu that notifies you that there is an upgrade available to your table software, and you'll follow the instructions to allow it to install that upgrade. I'm going to back up now to the screen where we had all these different options for what we could download. There's also an application for your Smart Table software called StoryStage, and you could download your StoryStage to your Table Toolkit software from here. Let's talk a little more about downloads and upgrades for your Smart Table Toolkit. So we just said a moment ago, the Smart Table 3.1, or again, whatever version you're upgrading to, is what you want to put on the Smart Table itself. But in order to be able to create or edit lessons, there is a partner component known as the Smart Table Toolkit. And if I minimize this window for just a moment, you can see my Smart Table Toolkit right here installed on the computer that I'm using to make this recording. And that's where I would go to create things. And just like there might be a new version of my Smart Table software, there might be a new version of the Table Toolkit that I'd want to install, but also I need to install the Table Toolkit to any computer that I want to use before I can start that creating and editing of my table activities. So if you are brand new to your Smart Table, you'll want to come here in order to download your Table Toolkit to those computers that you're going to use. And you'll want to come here whenever you want to upgrade. So you can see we've got two different versions of Smart Table Toolkit 2.6, one for the Mac and one for a Windows machine. And then we've got some older versions here. So if you were to click, for example, I'm on a Windows machine, so I'm going to click on the 2.6 for Windows. There's an option underneath of our green download button that says System Requirements. If I were to come here and find, oh, I'm running something older than Windows XP, or I don't have this video card, if any of these system requirements didn't fit what I'm actually using, then I might want to go back and download an older version. So I could look at this version 2.5 system requirements and see, oh, okay, this actually would be supported by my system. So you might want to go to an older version simply because of limitations or restrictions with the hardware that you're using in front of you. So let's go back to that 2.6. Again, you'll see a date here for when it was released. Sometimes that'll help you know whether or not you've got the latest version. And you would simply click on the Download Smart Table Toolkit. It'll download to the desktop, and then you'll go through that second step, which is the install process. And when you're done, you should see your Smart Table Toolkit software on your desktop, just as we see here on mine. Let's go back and take a look at the other options for the downloads. Once again, we have a block here for some previous versions. So if your Smart Table itself will not support version 3.1 or whatever is newer, there are older versions of the table software here, which might be compatible if you were to install an older version of the Table Toolkit. It is always recommended that you install the latest version if your hardware supports it. So thank you very much for watching information about downloading so that you can install the necessary software or upgrade the necessary software.